Right. So let's start. So as I said, I'm going to look at the way forward now. All of you have got your response sheet. So we'll look at, what all things you need to know and what is it that you can look forward to. We will look at the BTP program and understand what to expect from the whole program and how do you make use of the program. We'll look at the entire process of the BTP as well. And we'll also look at what work you need to do on your own right now and versus what we will be doing in the BTP session, so that how can you make the best use of the entire program by putting in your effort and knowing what is best for you to do right now. Okay, so that's the whole agenda of the session. Now, next 15 days is very crucial because you're going to sit and decide now based on your CAT score, and so a lot of people have written NMAT as well, and the SNAP exam was there today. So based on all this, you should have got a feeling of probably which schools you may be looking forward to apply. Because to NMAT also you can apply to a lot of schools. CAT obviously you can apply to a lot of schools. If you know that some of these schools that you want to apply the form is already open, please go ahead and fill those forms. Very crucial. You don't want to miss any of the calls that you could get. Start the preparation for the stage 2 and watch out for any developments. And we'll also, keep you posted about the developments as well. Next 15 days is going to be crucial in that sense. Some of the very important forms that you can still look forward to fill up. You have the FMS forms. You have the IIM Mumbai forms. IIM Mumbai has got 2 of the programs that you need to definitely apply for, the Industrial Management program and the Sustainability program. You have the IIM Codecode's Finance and Liberal Studies program, which will come out somewhere in the month of first week of February or so. IISc Bangalore has a Business Analytics program for which they will float the form by somewhere about February. IIT's form will come out as soon as the result is out. IIMA Symbiosis colleges, some of the forms are still open. XIMB, IMT, IMI, Ford School, Goa, Institute of Management, TAPI, KG Somaya. So these are all the forms to watch out for, and make sure that you are on it, the deadlines, and you have filled up the form. It will be really bad, you get a score and then you have not filled up. I'm going to put up a cutoff video for general category students and the other category students. And based on that, you can have a look at which all forms you can apply to. Please go ahead and apply, because if you don't apply to the form, you are not going to sit on any interview call at all. And the cutoffs of these colleges typically vary and quite a lot from year on year. So make sure that you know what the cutoff is, and plus or minus a few percentiles here and there, you should still be able to apply for some of these colleges. If you are already expecting a call, so I know a few of you sitting here are already expecting 90, 99 plus percentiles. Some of you are even expecting 99.5 plus percentiles. Now, see, if you already are expecting those kind of percentiles, you should know what exactly the stage 2 of the colleges are going to be. So do a little bit of research. Try to understand, what exactly does a personal interview consist of? What kind of questions do they ask? And you go to the internet and you read about it. There are plenty of stuff to, figure that out. It'll give you a certain idea about, what you can look forward to. Similar is the case with the written ability test. You should know what an analytical writing test is all about if you're going to get an IMA call. Group discussions, group interviews. So SPGN is going to have group interviews. So if you are looking forward to a profile-based call, if you go onto your login, you will see the BTP module getting activated tomorrow. And then you can see all the interviews of students put up there of last, I think 6-7 years. So you can go through that and understand what these group interviews are all about. So it'll all give you an understanding of each of these tasks which are there in your stage 2. So personal interview, written ability test, analytical writing tasks, group discussions, group interviews, case discussions, extempore, group tasks. All these constitutes your stage 2 depending on which call you're going to get. For example, you have written ability tests in almost all the IIM except IIMA, AWT and IIMA, group discussion in few of the colleges last year. I think more colleges will come out with group discussion this year is what I feel. Group interview in SP Jain. You have case discussion in Narsi Monji, extempore in FMS, group task in Symbiosis. Based on which calls you're going to get, you will have one of these things also along with your personal interview. So make sure that you know what these things are. Do a little bit of research, which will come handy when you start attending sessions with us and preparing for your BTP very seriously. While preparing for your interview, we are going to have a lot of modules coming up from next Friday onwards. I'm not going to get into in depth of this, but typically your interviews of B school can vary somewhere between a 10-minute interview to even a 1-hour interview, depending on which college interview you're going to. These interviews will touch upon all these aspects, starting from a self-awareness to your social awareness, something about yourself, about your surrounding, a lot of academics, work experience, general awareness, economic awareness, business awareness. Anybody who is going for an interview, it is crucial. And I'm going to only touch one part now, to have all your academic material gathered in hand. So why academic material gathered in hand? Because your undergraduate academics is definitely going to be asked in your interviews. Now, people who are from engineering background expect a lot of engineering questions. If you're a chemical engineer, chemical engineering questions. If you're a mechanical engineer, mechanical engineering question. If you're a commerce student, a lot from accounting and economics. So academics is going to be a core part of every single interview that you're going to. If you're going to a big interview, then it's going to be in depth. Okay, so gather your material, because rest of the thing anyway, we are going to start off and let you know how to prepare. Academics is something that you're going to prepare on your own. We'll give you pointers to that when we are having the session on academics, but then make sure you gather your material. For engineering students, it's nice to have a GATE handbook or something like that with you, which can give you all the subjects and probably the engineering math part together in one small book. That will give you a cue to identify from what topics are there in each of the subjects that you studied, and probably do a little bit more research through YouTube channels or other study material that you can find elsewhere. But gather your academic material and keep it with you. That's the most important thing to look forward to right now. Now, there is also VAT and AWT. Now, the entire VAT topics that you get can be, a lot of them can be current affairs topic, a lot of them can be general writing topics. For current affair topics, I would suggest you to pick up a book or two, keep reading newspapers every day, and make sure that you have some magazine or something which you've subscribed to, so that you can read that. AWT, on the other hand, you can leave it right now, and we will get back to you and let you know how to go about it. Okay, so that'll be a session that we'll be conducting just to understand what could be current affairs. So you can start off a little bit by preparing for current affairs. Same stands for group discussion. Also, for case discussion, you can leave it as of now, because when we have sessions on case discussion, we will be getting into that. But group discussions again will be current affairs based. So start reading newspaper, pick up some magazines, buy a yearbook, so that you have a lot of material in handy when you're starting to prepare for it seriously. Group interviews, extempore, and group task is also something that you cannot prepare on your own right now. So you can leave that for the sessions. So once we conduct the session and we have the boot camps, we will do all this. As of now, what you need to understand is, what are these group interviews. You can go read about it. There's a lot of material on the internet about the group interview of SPJ and the group task of symbiosis and extempore. Anyway, we all know what it is all about. So probably you can just read through and have a familiarity, so that when we have sessions, you will be able to understand it better, and you have already a familiarity to what we are all talking about. So what is this BTP session all about? Now, these programs are actually conducted in three formats. So one is the BTP single call. So BTP single call is basically for all those people who are not GradSquare student but want to come for just once. They've got just one single call, let's say Narsimunji call, and they only want to attend interview calls for that and all the process like the case discussion for that. BTP Advance, on the other hand, is included for all the classroom students, and BTP Personalized one-to-one module for all those people who have a lot of calls, have high CAT scores, and you're expecting a lot of calls and you need a lot more interviews to be done. For those people, BTP Personalized is there. The details of this you can actually gather from Prabhakar. I'll share the number, or Sanjukta. I'll share the number with you as we finish. But our number is here on the top. So this is the number that you can call and figure this out. But then all these programs, you will have a very comprehensive go through your entire interview process. Okay. Now for BTP Personalized students, we are also going to sit and do the form filling part. So we'll help you with your essays. We'll edit your SOPs. In fact, there is a basic SOP session which was conducted in the month of November by Varun that is already uploaded on the login portal. You can go and see that if you're writing an SOP right now, but we will get much deeper into it as we advance into the BTP sessions by January. So these BTP sessions, what is there in these BTP sessions that we're going to look forward to? So starting from the 20th of this month, we are going to roll out our knowledge sessions. So we'll have sessions happening on weekdays in the evening, because we need to have a lot of sessions going on for a very short duration of time, because the interviews will start off by February. So expect sessions almost every alternate day. And these sessions will happen at 9 o'clock. And this will be sessions on economics, understanding of this country, the economic policies, India's constitution, and a lot of other things related to your business functions, also interviews in general. Okay, so all these kind of knowledge sessions will happen during the late evenings, and sessions will typically be for 1 to 1.5 hours. These sessions will help you build some content in terms of, what you're going to speak when you're asked questions related to those particular topics. Last year, we had put a lot of these sessions on our website itself. If you actually go on to your portal now, you will see some of these sessions put up there, and you can actually go through that once the BTP portal is activated. But you don't have to go through the current affairs of previous years, because most of the current affairs that is going to be asked you will be whatever has happened in the last 6 to 7 months. So that's what we'll focus on, and that those sessions we'll anyway be conducting during these knowledge sessions. Other than that, we'll also be having more than 10 WAT exercises for you. So these sessions will be conducted by Varun. He will basically give you a topic, ask you to write, your WATs will be evaluated, and we'll get back to you also as to how this WAT could have been written better. We'll also have 4 practice sessions for AWT, which will be fully evaluated for you, and case discussions, GDC if required. And obviously, we are going to have a lot of mock interviews for everyone, boot camps for institutions, selection process like Ninarsi Munji's, SEMHRD, SIBM Pune will for all these we'll also conduct boot camp. These boot camps are basically nothing but the entire process that you're going to go through during that one day for this particular college being done on a single day at our place as well. Okay, so you can attend these boot camps. It'll give you a flavor of how it will happen with you when you are actually going for the actual interview. And group interviews will be conducted online, and that the SPGen students will be attending these group interviews. Last year we had somewhere about 8 group interviews conducted for all the students, and that should be more than good enough for all of you to understand and get familiarized with the entire group interview process. Okay, and these group interviews will happen with different groups. It will not be with the same group that you're going to sit. So that you get a flavor of what kind of questions can, come to you based on the kind of people sitting within the group as well. The other thing that you will see during the BTP program is you're going to meet a lot of alumnus from various B schools. You're going to interact with a lot of people who are having the same call as you. So last year we had about 60 students who had Nachimunji calls. We had more than about 11 students who had an IIMA call, quite a lot of BC call getters, and quite a lot of symbiosis call getters as well. So all these people will have a common group in the WhatsApp where they will be interacting. Alumni will be present there. Students currently studying in those colleges will be present there. All this is going to help you because you're going to be in direct touch with them. You can get your doubts cleared within that group itself. You don't have to look anywhere else. You can get all the information within that group itself, and all the handholding that you require for that particular selection process also can be done within that group itself. All this thing will help you get a lot more familiarized with that college, the selection process, and that is going to make your life a little bit more easier when you're actually sitting in getting into that stage 2 of your selection process. A lot of times we also have interviews like functional interviews, right? For example, you have XLR's HR program, you have IIM Mumbai's industrial management program, SPGen's information management program, or SPGen's marketing program will have specific functional interviews for that. So people who are getting the calls from those colleges, we'll have a specific person from that background or who understands that background to take your interviews. You'll be asked specific questions, academic oriented from that particular area only. So these interviews are going to be very, very serious. Academic questions will be asked even in the mock interviews. We will have people coming from a biotechnology background will be asked biotechnology questions. If you're from commerce background, you'll be asked commerce questions, and that's what we do in the mock interviews as well. Okay, so it's not going to be a general only self-awareness interviews, career goals kind of an interview that you're going to take. It's going to be a hardcore, academic oriented, rigorous interviews that you'll have, and hence this BTP program will actually make you much more familiar with what you're going to encounter in your real interview scenario. Apart from all this, we also have center interactions at Tamaram and Nungambakam. So if you're staying in within Chennai and you want to come down to a center, you can fix an appointment and come and meet me, Kushal, Varun, or anybody that you're comfortable with. You can have one-to-one interactions with us online, offline, clear your doubts, sit with us. If we know your profile better, we'll be able to ask 11 questions, and we'll also be able to tell you how you can align your profiles better towards the colleges that you are applying for. So whether it is Zoom, offline interviews, whichever way you want to have it, we can manage it and make sure that you come forward and let us know as to how you want to take it forward. This Frontline magazine is a nice magazine for you to actually go through and read some very unbiased news. Current affairs, you can probably get yourself the hard copy of Frontline, or probably you can pick this up, or you can even pick up the Week or India Today or Outlook or any of such magazines to keep abreast with what's happening on a weekly basis. Okay. For people who are looking forward to IFT interview preparation or looking forward to IRMA interview preparation, and for anybody who wants to have a understanding of India as a country and a little bit about the Indian economy and all, please do buy the Pratyogita Darpan yearbook. Now, the problem with this book is this is a very sought after book by all services aspirant. So this book goes out of stock very, very often. Okay, so if you can find the book on Amazon, the book costs them 200 rupees. So, you can just go and buy it right away so that, you have a copy of it, especially if you're applying for, because if you see here, it has got this foreign trade scenario of that year. So it will be very helpful for you when you are actually going for IFT's interview. Similarly, this also has got India's global indices, set of multiple choice questions here, which all are very helpful for your IRMA preparation as well. Okay, so IRMA, IFT, and in general, if you want to understand a lot about economy, look at the Pratyogita Darpan's yearbook. That's a good book to have with you. You can also, have in shorts with you for quick understanding of what to look forward to in terms of your current affairs. This is not sufficient, but this will at least give you pointers to work on. So this is, I just put this up here, to just show you, how we had done our previous sessions. For example, this was our WAT topics that we conducted for the students in 2019. So many sessions we had conducted. Same is the thing that we're going to do this year as well, right? Similarly, we had GD topics conducted. We had case studies that were discussed, and we'll have a lot of them coming up. So it's up to you to take that opportunity to come in and, be a part of that session and make sure that you make the best use of every single session that is being conducted within GradSquare. And the last but not the least, your WhatsApp groups. So if you see, this is the WhatsApp group of last year when we had the SPGen. So every college is going to have a WhatsApp group. And this is the SPGen WhatsApp group last time of all the SPGen call getters. And if you see, we had all these students from and alumni who were assisting students who were actually attending the group interview process. So you will have all these people out there. You will actually get to know, from people who are there and have studied, passed out from there, give you feedback on, how to work on your interview process or any queries that you have to, help you answer those queries. Okay, so it'll help you get that connect with the students also who are going to attend the interview with you, as well as the alumni who are there who will help you out. So that's all about for today's session. And if you are not a GradSquare student, or if you are a GradSquare student but want to join personalized program, you can call on this number. That's Sanjita's number. So let's make sure you have a great 3 months ahead.